Alright, so my apologies for that. My video decided to stop recording, so I have a little break in there. I was almost at the end of my explanation and eval of my Luke passage, and so I'm going to go ahead and move over to my chapter in Acts, and I apologize if I've skipped over any information in there, but I'm pretty sure that I've done a good job of explaining all of that. So moving into Luke, and so, or my apologies, moving into Acts chapter 4 verses 1 through 22. And so I'm looking at this with the idea of allusions and quotations of the Old Testament in mind. And so I'm sure everybody is enjoying their commentary, New Testament use of the Old Testament as much as I am, which has indeed proved very useful for this, and has also proved useful for William, my 1-year-old, to practice his teething on a little bit. So I've got a couple pages in there that are dog-eared a little bit more than I planned on them being. But anyway, so looking in this, for what I've researched so far, the main quote that I'm looking at is in Acts 4 verse 11, with the reference to the cornerstone being Jesus. And this is a almost direct quotation of Psalm 118 verse 22. And there's a couple other smaller allusions in there that I haven't really been able to dig into yet to see if they're of substance or not. And overall, this passage seems to have a significant amount of research done on it, but not much in the writings of allusions and references to other parts of the Bible or the Old Testament in particular. So looking into that, hoping that I'm going to find some more stuff over the next couple days as I work on finishing my paper up. But the interesting parallel in looking at Psalms 18 and drawing that to the book of Acts is that in Psalms 118, they're speaking of strength in the Lord and trusting in the Lord, and the reference to the cornerstone is made in there towards the end of the chapter. And then much like that in Acts 4, they're speaking about the strength of God that's given to them through the Holy Ghost in Jesus crucified. So that parallel in there, that both of the chapters are speaking of the strength of Jesus and the strength of God, and bringing those together is something that I think will really bear fruit in looking into that and researching that and fleshing that out a little bit more. So I'm going to continue to pursue that method, continue to pursue looking into those. Once again, applying the methodologies utilized in the handbook, so looking into being able to study all of those, being able to dig out some more of the parallels, as well as researching into the original text utilized and some of the exegetical work associated with that. So I'm continuing to move through this, and that's about where I'm at with my paper on Acts right now. That is going to be my main focus. Looking into that, I've looked into the parallels with that in the Psalm and understanding the references between those, what they're both talking about. And so just in a very brief summary, overall this class has been a tremendous blessing in the fact that, much like in the passage in Luke, it has placed me, at the same time I'm wanting to sit at a higher table, it's placed me back down at that lower table, of being able to realize exactly how much there is that I still have to study and how much I still have to learn. So still looking forward to continuing the journey with all of you through the next semesters that we have left in the pursuit of our individual educational paths. So once again, I'm looking very forward to watching all of your videos. Thank you all so much. Hope all of you have a blessed Christmas with your family. God bless. Have a great day.